Hello, Miami. This is 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will, and a lot of news yesterday was released as Antoine Jackson, Antoine Jackson, the four-star cornerback out of Dillard High School, has asked the university to release him out of his national letter of intent after Kevin Steele decides to go back to Alabama, go back to Alabama because he did coach there before, and rejoin himself and reunite with Coach Nick Saban. Antoine Jackson decides that he no longer wants to be a Miami Hurricane. Okay, so he was kind of a little bit on the fence, and he felt right before National Signing Day, or at least the early signing day period, because there was always rumors that he was going to leave. Apparently, he has a girlfriend over in East Carolina. He did have the East Carolina hat, on a table before he chose the University of Miami hat. It's basically saying he's going to the U. So, not saying he's going to East Carolina. It could be going to Alabama. Alabama wanted him too. Could be going, to Colorado. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what school he's going to. I'm not going to speculate. On his own Twitter, he says, "Don't even speculate where I'm going." But it was reported, not just by Antoine Jackson confirmed it, but beforehand it was a couple sources like Frank Tucker, who said that Antoine wanted out of his national letter of intent. So one thing I will say is, once again, good luck. Hopefully it goes well for him, as far as what he wants to do. I mean, it's not that uncommon that that somebody on the coaching staff leaves. I mean, have recruited you, or a style that you like, and you end up, going to another school. That usually doesn't happen when you first sign, though. It usually happens a year after you get in the transfer portal and stuff like that. I will say this though. He's gonna be released more than likely from his letter. I'm trying to find the words here, but if you don't want to play for a school and so on, and you don't want to play for a certain coaching staff, because you may not like, the coordinator that may be coming in, or at least the style doesn't suit your style. I understand leaving, and also as a coach, I understand not wanting to have a kid, that's there, that doesn't want to be there, because that usually in many cases that may lead to, to some trouble. All right, in terms of disciplinary issues, lackluster performances on the field, and not giving your all in practice. Not every kid's the same, but that it does happen. Okay, so I want to allude that. But I am bothered that Jaden Rashada does this to Florida, does not sign his national letter of intent because he wasn't going to be guaranteed the money, to play for the Florida Gators, and decides to go, to Arizona State. And now Antoine Jackson does this. He's not doing it for money, though. He's doing it for other reasons, but I'm not a big fan of this becoming, a precedent, for student athletes to do. First things foremost, we have to be honest as fans. And this is not just the U and so on. This is just for every university as well. College football has been a bit chaotic lately with NILs, with the transfer portal, and now with kids deciding, not to sign, to renege their agreements, and not play for certain schools in particular because of whatever reason, they decide. That could lead to a lot of chaos. Right now, things are chaotic, and chaos doesn't work. Okay, so there has to be a structure in play. If kids do things like this, there has to be something, like maybe not playing for the year at their next school, not playing for a year, something, and so on. Just like I believe that there should be like a tier system, for NILs. Okay. And I think, transfer portal, the whole thing, if you transfer again, you have to sit out a year. That's a fine rule. I'm okay with that. But the NIL stuff, and now what we're seeing right now with kids not wanting to sign, or at least renege on their agreements on signing, that could lead to a lot of chaos and, instability in programs, because there could have been a scholarship that could have gone to a kid that really wanted to be there, but they couldn't find a spot for him because they picked you, to be for that position. So that's just a little bit of what I want to say, in particular. It could set, a bad precedent of kids just deciding, oh, I signed 2 days later, I don't want to be here anymore, I'm gone. That's something that I mean, coaches do it all the time. I get it, but universities may have to pay a financial penalty for it, as well as the coach as well may have to like give back some money, whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is, there's got to be rules. Okay, there's got to be organization to this. And as of right now, college football in this realm is a bit chaotic. Okay, like for example, the whole thing with Jaden Rashada getting paid that money. First and foremost, according to the NCAA, you're not supposed to use NIL money to recruit kids. Okay, what Jada Rashada did is he exposed Florida for doing the exact opposite of that rule. All right, and Florida hasn't received any penalties for it, and I think they probably should be investigated. But that's a whole other issue. But once again, I hope Antoine. He seems like a nice kid. All right, and I think he seems like a nice kid. You know, he good character and so on. I wish him the best. You know, so good luck to you wherever you go. Go to where you go. But I'm not very comfortable with the current I signed, I'm gone kind of situation. Okay, guys, if you disagree with me, that's fine. You know, leave a comment if you like. But that's it for me. Again, I'm going to be really short. If you like what you heard, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. Once again, stay safe. God bless. See you soon, and go Canes.